There's always things to do. You're never going to have your to-do list all the way completely complete. And that's the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to live life having everything you wanted to do complete, having everything like life is always a work on progress. Life is always a work in progress. Let me say that again. Life is always a work in progress. And that's the best way to go about your life, is a work in progress. Because if you had everything you ever wanted, you had everything you wanted, it's like, where do you go from there? It's like there's nowhere to go. It's always a work in progress. There's always more to do. There's always something to get better at. And that's what gives life its beauty, is the progression and the getting better every single day. Because if you don't have that, if you don't have that ability to get better, if you don't have that ability to improve, to work on yourself, then there is no point to life. There is no point. Like, there's no point. You have to get better every day. It's a mandatory get better every day. That's the way I put it. That's the way I like to put it. Is a mandatory get better every day. A mandatory learn something new. Mandatory get physically more fit. It's just a mandatory. It has to happen. There's no way about it. And this is the way that I believe is the best way to live your life personally. Like, if you were to say the best way to live your life, that's the way right there. It's not, oh, I want to, smoke weed, and I want to drink alcohol, and I want to have a bunch of sex, and I want to eat all the best foods that taste the best, and then I want to, like, none of that. It's like getting better. That's what's going to make me happy. If I have a full day of getting better, I will be happy. Like, that's what's going to make me my happiest. It's not going to be indulging myself in every single pleasure possible. And that's what life's about. That's what I'm saying here when I say, like, there's always things to do. There's always more to do. There's always things to get better at. There's always more. There's always more. And what Andy Frisella said is, he put it the best. He said, okay, I do realize that I'm going to die someday. I do realize that, I'm chasing something that I'm never going to catch. I realize that. But I want to gain as much ground as possible before I'm dead. And that takes the words out of my mouth. I mean, he explained it very, very good. I want to gain as much ground as possible before I die. I want to get get as best as I possibly can until I'm dead. And that's the best way that Andy Frisella put it. I couldn't have put it any better, and it makes perfect sense. Is that, here's a guy who has all the money in the world that can do basically anything he wants to do, but he still wants that progression. He still wants more. And you see this with people that, like, their main motive was money, and once they get the money, it's like they feel like empty, because I feel like they were kind of chasing something that was like. Now, of course, this doesn't mean to not chase money. Like, if you're going after your goals and if you're working hard, you're going to chase money. That's not what I'm saying. Money is extremely important. It's more the fact of, like, using the money for pleasure. Like, I'm going to spend this money so I can drive, or so I can indulge myself in pleasure. Like, that's where you kind of get yourself in stuck. Is that, because this is the thing, is like, I even heard this question before. It's like, okay, let's say you received $1 million tomorrow. Like, what would you do? What would the action steps you take do? Because the reality is that, this is why most lottery winners go broke, is because they aren't adapted to this kind of money. They don't know the hard work it takes to maintain this kind of money, and that's why they lose it. So if you don't have the work ethic now, then how are you going to have it when you have $1 million? It doesn't make any sense. So that's why I'm always in the philosophy of, like, earning everything you get. It makes perfect sense, because if you earn everything you get, you work hard, you prove your worth, then it's going to be a much bittersweet moment. Like, when you have this money, like, that's your money, you earned it, as opposed to just being given it. Now, when you do have more money, your life does improve. Everything in your life improves. Everything in your life improves. I think it's more of just a perspective here of looking at life from either a poor standpoint or a rich standpoint or a middle class standpoint. It's kind of like just a perspective aspect. But I just believe that if, everyone has their own beliefs on happiness and whatever. But if you're getting better every day, then I believe you're happy. So you're never gonna have everything done on your to-do list, but know that if you get better every day, like, you should be happy. If you're doing as much as you can to get better, and you're getting better, you should be happy, and you should be like fulfilled. That's the video I have for you. If you like this video, like the video, comment, share, subscribe. See you in the next one.